10 little-known black inventors who changed the world. Granville T. Woods was a self-taught electrical and mechanical engineer who patented the multiplex telegraph for the railroad industry in 1884 that helped revolutionize communications and save countless lives, allowing trains to communicate with each other. He went on to register nearly 60 more patents in his lifetime. Incidentally, he invented an early version of the telephone and the telegraph machine that he sold to Alexander Graham Bell, who later turned into the telephone that we know today. George Crumb. What is your favorite potato chip? Well, whatever brand it is, you have George Crumb to thank. He is a chef who unintentionally created the first potato chip. While working in a restaurant, a customer ordered fried potato. He complained that the potatoes were too thick, so he sent them back. This happened several times. Finally, George Crumb cut them razor thin. He fried them and lightly salted them and sent them back to the customer. To his surprise, he loved them, and so the potato chip was born and became an instant hit. Unfortunately, George didn't patent his new invention, but we still enjoy his snacks today in all its many flavors. Alexander Miles. He is noted for an invention that we take for granted today. Before him, when you rode in the elevators, you had to manually open and close the doors. One day, while he was riding the elevator with his daughter and the door would not close, he saw the danger that could happen if she were to be able to get caught between the opening of the elevator and the door to the floor. She could have been crushed. This inspired him to create and patent a device that allows the doors to automatically open and close, thus preventing horrific accidents. The next time you ride in the elevator, think of Mr. Alexander Miles. Garrett Morgan. He is credited for improving a device that is still saving lives until this day. He added the yellow light to the traffic light. After witnessing a terrible auto accident, he came up with the idea of inventing an extra light, the yellow light, to the traffic signal, warning drivers to slow down to prepare to stop. It's hard to believe that this feature was not implemented on the original red light. He also patented the first gas mask, which also helped to save lives, which is greatly appreciated by firefighters and our military. Madam C.J. Walker. Real name, Sarah Bradlove. She grew up as a child of a sharecropper from Louisiana plantation to one of 20th century's most successful self-made women entrepreneurs. She created a black line of hair products that made her a millionaire. She was known for her generosity, and she helped black people through her many charitable donations, also giving them employment. From her very profitable hair care manufacturing business, which I found out recently by doing a Google search, is still around. Now under the leadership of her great-great-great-great-granddaughter, and her products can be found online as well as Walmart. Frederick McKinley Jones is most famous for patenting the mobile refrigeration device that allows the trucking industry being able to ship perishable foods for long distances without going bad for the first time in history. He co-founded the Thermo King Company, which is still in business today, and transformed shipping businesses by train, ship, and planes. Marie Van Britten Brown. She invented the first home security system back in the 1960s. That's years before the first modern home security systems hit the market. Her and her husband were hard working, but they live in a high crime area. And he would often work nights, and she would often be home at night by herself. Feeling fearful and vulnerable because of her neighborhood, she wanted to be able to find a way to see who was knocking on her door late at night without actually opening it up. So her and her husband helped create a closed circuit security system. It had 4 peepholes, a sliding camera, TV monitor, and it even had a 2-way microphone. This is about 38 years before the Ring camera hit the market.
Someone's at your door.
She was truly ahead of her time. Lonnie Johnson. Lonnie Johnson attended Tuskegee University, obtaining a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering, and later in 1973, a master's degree in nuclear engineering. He later worked for the United States Air Force, where he worked on stealth bomber program before he eventually joined NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory in 1979. With all that being said, with such an impressive career, he also invented one of the most iconic toys of the 1990s, the Super Soaker, which made him millions of dollars and a generation of happy kids who enjoy playing with the toy. Mark Dean. Mark Dean is one of the most prominent black inventors in the field of computers. He started working for IBM way back in 1980 after completing his degree in electrical engineering from the University of Tennessee and later a master's degree in electrical engineering. He is instrumental in inventing the personal computer, or PC. IBM computers were powerful machines, mostly for business, commercial, and military use, but he helped to usher in the home computer revolution. He wanted everybody to be able to use a computer to make it user-friendly so people with no technical expertise could use it and enjoy it. Lisa Galopter is a computer scientist from Brown University. In her early career, she was the director of program management at a company called Micromedia. It was there where she invented Shockwave, a multimedia platform that laid the foundation for the modern web, which was later acquired by Adobe and renamed Adobe Shockwave. And if you were around in those early days in the 1990s and early 2000s, you would know that you could not run any web application software without Adobe Shockwave. And later, the Shockwave player, which you absolutely needed in order to watch videos. Millions and millions of people were able to surf the web due to Lisa's contribution. There were so many other black inventors that are not put on this list, but that is not to diminish their impact or their contribution to the world. It just does not have enough room, so I chose these particular 10. Which particular contributions, a lot of them that still felt to this day.